through your nose, in through your nose, out through your mouth. One more time.
Is that good?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So recently you began a pretty intense recovery and healing process. Can you tell me what the act of healing actually feels like?
Oh, you're starting off a little bit deep. The act of healing feels unfamiliar to me. It feels like uncharted territory. Like, I really haven't had that many times in my life where I've had to like heal from an injury or like from some type of sickness. So it's new, but it's a learning experience, I guess. In general, like of like actual feeling, I don't know. That's hard to like kind of pinpoint because every day's different. Yeah. It feels unusual.
Is it scary?
It is scary because I don't know what's going to happen. A lot of times, like I'm thinking about other times I've had injuries or stuff. Like I pulled my muscles on stage once, and I didn't know how long it would take me for me to like get back to shape. But I was able to like muscle through it, like with medicine and painkillers and stuff. This is different. It's like everything is completely unknown, and every day is like, vulnerable, I should say. Yeah.
What has this period changed about your creative process?
This period is a growth period, and I believe my creative process has changed in a way where I'm trying to be as honest as possible, as authentic as possible. I'm not trying to hide anymore or to like hide behind clever words or esoteric meaning or what's the word I'm looking for?
Abstraction.
Yeah, the abstraction of it all. That's something that I was doing that like that was so cool, and it's like, come to find out, I was like still expressing myself, but I was like, by abstracting things, it's like, well, no one can tell me what I'm doing and what I'm not doing, and like that I'm doing it wrong, or do you know what I mean? And now it's like, if I say something, I'm trying to say it for real. I think that's what. And also just when I'm making music, I'm not self-medicating anymore. Like a lot of times I was smoking or drinking or just like trying to get to this like unhinged place in my head where like I wasn't scared to share. And now I'm doing it all on my own, which is scary within itself, but it's fun. It's like, it's real. It's like every time I make something, I'm actually there for the whole thing. I'm not waking up the next day and be like, oh, I made this. Cool. Do you know what I mean? Because I was so lit the night before. Yeah.
So entering into this stage of healing is sort of where this mixtape emerged from, right?
I guess so. Yeah.
How did you curate the songs for this mixtape?
You want to hold for sound?
Yeah, hold for sound.
Holding for sound. Holding for sound. Holding for sound. Yeah. Holding for sound. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Holding for sound. Sing along.
Holding for sound. Okay, so since being in the hospital, about how many songs have you made?
Oh. Let me see. Let me count. Because they're on my phone right now. Bet you didn't know that, did you?
Mm-mm.
Yes, you did. Let's find out. go in and pile my little library. Because when I make a new song, I essentially export it or bounce it, and I put it in my little iTunes so I can listen to it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49. Almost 50 songs I've made in the last 3 months. Pretty good, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 50. 50.
50. So how did you curate down to decide what songs are on the mixtape?
Okay, so that's a good question. The mixtape was called Demos for a New Life, Volume 1, and I wanted it to be sort of like the beginning of this process. And I picked songs that were... Some of them are at the beginning of the process. Some of them are like the first couple songs I made. Like the first song on the EP is the first song that I made.
After being in the hospital.
After being in the hospital, yeah. But some of them, I don't know, that's a really good question. I think it was just about feeling. Like what songs feel like they belong together and are part of the same like process and story. Because as I was going on, there's different eras within these 50 songs. There's like the era of me just getting out of the hospital and like trying to find the truth. Then there's this era of like the truth coming to me much more easily, but then me writing through it and through different perspectives. There's that era. And then there's like an era of me like completely like throwing all that away and just writing from my heart, and it's still connected but not so like specifically, I should say. So the songs that like I picked were all just like the songs that were able, that led me to tell the story of who I was becoming, I should say, and what I went through. Yeah.
What feels most vulnerable about sharing this mixtape with the world?
That people are gonna think I sound stupid, or like that, like, oh, he needs to go back to making that shit, that cool stuff, or like, or like there's been times where like people that I care about liked certain music that I made that I didn't necessarily like agree with. I was just experimenting and trying to be different or trying to fit in. You know what I mean? And now I'm not trying to fit in. So it's scary to know that I'm going to put this out there and I have to like allow people to like embrace it however they want to. And something that I think Rick Rubin talks about is that like once you put it out, it's not yours anymore. And I think I'm trying to learn how to come to terms with that, because before I think I wanted to control how people felt about the music or how people perceived it, or I didn't want to know nothing at all. I just put it out and like close my ears, you know what I mean? Which is not necessarily like a good way to like connect with people. That's the thing that's different now. Is like now I'm actually trying to reach people. Before I wasn't. If that makes any sense. Yeah. You have some tough questions, man. I thought you were just gonna ask me about like if I like cats and stuff.
Okay, well, shifting tone a little bit. There's usage of the color red in the imagery around this project.
Yeah, right here.
What?
See it?
Yes. What draws you to the color red?
Oh. That's a good question. I don't know what draws me to the color red. My mom always told me I didn't look good in red, so so I don't know. I don't think red was a big part of my clothing growing up, or even like recently. Maybe a pop of red. I think one of the things that I realized, it's something I learned when I was like auditioning all the time, was that a pop of red will help you to like get to the next round. There's something about it that like draws people in, and I think that's what I'm trying to do with this project too. Is that pop of red is like, it's but it's also about like the danger that I've gone through, like the dare I say blood, you know what I mean? Like it's dangerous a little bit. Yeah, that's why it's only a little bit. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you thought about the color red saving you, like the blood transfusion?
No, but thanks for telling everybody. Just kidding. No, I didn't. I've never thought about it that way. But maybe if you're right. You know. Yeah, the answer I'm giving you is much more of like an aesthetic answer and less of like a practical answer, I guess. I guess it is connected, huh?
Maybe.
Yeah, it probably is connected to like the fact that I had a blood transfusion in the hospital. It did save my life, and that like in general, I've been poked and prodded over the last like 3 months so many times that like I don't even. It's become normal for me to see my own blood all the time. It's kind of weird. Yeah, but it probably is connected. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for telling people my business. Thanks.
Tell me a bit about the umbrella and what it
Ella. Okay.
and what it symbolizes for you.
Well, let's start back from the beginning. The umbrella, because I did a mixtape called the Red Balloon Tape in 2022, I think. 2023. I don't know when I did it. It was like a couple years ago. And the red balloon sort of symbolized childhood and childhood memories and healing from childhood trauma and things like that. And I think the red umbrella is it's connected per se, but it's more about like safety in adulthood. Being safe from the sun, being safe from the rain, being safe from the elements, but also like embracing them. Yeah. So it's a continuation, I guess, because the red balloon is like when I was 3 years old, my mom bought me a red balloon, one of those ones with the helium in it, and I had it with me for the whole day, and I didn't lose it. And she told me not to let it go. I didn't let it go, but then I went to play in the sandbox, and I tied it to something, and it got untied, and it floated away. And it's like one of the saddest moments of my whole childhood. This is where you're just watching it, and you can't do nothing about it. It's just going and going and going and going and going and going and going away. You know. At least I can hold on to the red umbrella this time. Yeah, it's a sense of safety.
What does it mean for you to tell the truth? And how do images, photography, and poetry support you in telling your truth?
Well, it's easy for me to like abstract the truth because I feel like it's more interesting, you know what I mean, than just to being like, hey, there's that, you know. It's like taking a photo of something and showing people another side of it. But I've learned that like some people just need the truth plain. I think the visuals, the imageries help to shed light on it as opposed to helping to like disguise it. So it's harder. It's like why should they have to like rummage through like this bin of stuff to get to it, you know, this bin of imagery or this abstraction, as opposed to just given it as a gift. Does that make sense? The truth is like a gift, I guess. Yeah.
You describe stepping from an old life, going through a transition period into a new life. How does this mixtape embody that?
The mixtape embodies those three, I guess, eras or times.
What three eras?
Before, a breaking point, and then becoming. Because I was in real time doing that when I was making the music. It's like I didn't know that I was doing that at the time, but like once I started like breaking things down and like looking at the music and I guess assessing what the hell I made, it was kind of sort of obvious that was what was happening. Is that answering your question?
Yeah, how does the mixtape embody that journey?
it's simply by me like understanding that these songs are more than just songs, that they're like the space that they gave me the space to see what I was actually going through. You know, so many times when I make music, it's like, as a person that made commercial dancing or choreography or whatever, it's like there was no like space for me to be like, well, this is me like processing my childhood. It's like, no, I need to make some cool steps so this person that's selling this thing can like sell this thing, you know what I mean? It has nothing to do with my own, like, which is not true, but I never like thought of it that way. When I started making music, I didn't think about that way either. I might be processing like, I don't know what's going on in the world, but I wasn't necessarily like being truthful about that's what I was doing. Do you know what I mean? I was like, I'm angry, or like this is like me going through something, writing about it, and then on top of that, being transparent that that's what I'm writing about. Whereas most of the time I wouldn't want people to know. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
I might even hide it, you know, within the music. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not doing that no more.
Can you explain to me again the concept of the space and almost how like the music itself revealed something to you?
By making the music, it created a space between me and the things that happened to me, so I could look at them and see them for what they were, you know, and what they could be. Not to feel sorry for myself, not to be angry. I mean, even though I have all those emotions, it's like the music gives me like the space to see and process everything. And I don't know, maybe if I wasn't doing the music, I might be in a completely different place mentally, I think. I don't think I would have been able to get all these feelings out, you know? Because I really don't talk about my feelings with people. Maybe one person.
Is it me or your mom? Is it me or your mom?
Mainly you.
Okay.
Maybe two people.
How does it feel different in your body to expose yourself fully rather than hide behind layers?
It feels free. It feels free, like freedom. But again, the freedom so far has been that like no one's heard none of this music except for like two people or one person really. So I'll have to let go of that freedom when I share it with people. I don't know if I have to, but it's scary. It's like, you know, this isn't like me just making a cool song that some people might like. It's just like really me like sharing my real soul, my real feelings, my real thoughts inside, like how I really like see the world, how the things that happen to me, and like how I'm processing them. And you know, it might hurt if people make fun of it or something. I don't know. It's like I don't know when I think that way, but yeah. But it does feel freeing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. A lot of times it's like before I would want to like just keep this music to myself, but that's not what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
You know?
What's something that you can like compare it to? Like if you look at like trees and people have like a favorite kind of tree, and like the apple tree is just existing, but someone's like, oh, I don't like apples, but it's like the apple tree just keeps growing.
So you're asking me to compare it to an apple tree?
No, do you get what I'm saying?
No.
Because I watched you just now like have this moment of like, how does it feel in your body to expose yourself fully rather than hide behind layers? And then you almost had this like negotiation of like, well, I feel free, but I guess maybe I won't feel as free when more people listen to it, because somehow their opinions will have like a weight on it, or it could affect you emotionally.
It could.
But like, what is something else that you can think of in life? Like, my thought is like different types of trees. Like they grow regardless if people like them as a tree. Do you know what I'm saying? Their goal is to like keep expanding. How do you sustain the freedom in your body regardless of what people think?
I think I have to figure it out. I mean, when I was on stage, for some reason that was easier for me because I felt like I owned my performance. Whether people liked it or not, if I liked it, it didn't matter. If I knew I did poorly, then that's different, you know what I mean? But I still could go home, think about it, fix it, and if it was a multi-performance, meaning like the next one I can do better, and then now I've erased the other time, regardless of other people saw it. So I feel like there's a way to like negotiate that and bring it into this world, but I don't know, because it's so much, to me, that making music is so much more vulnerable than dancing on stage. I don't know if that's true or not. I should probably ask more people if they feel the same way. Do you know what I mean? Because it's not, the dancing is a fleeting moment that comes and goes, where the music could last forever, you know? And these words and these notes can live in someone's head, and they can keep listening to it, and it can change over time too, like their relationship to it. I don't have any control over that, and I think that's the part that's scary, is that, like, you know, I don't have any control. I think about these like people that make these songs that, like, maybe the song meant to be like this thing about their mom or something, but then it became a sports anthem or something. I don't know. It's like it's weird how like life can change the meaning of things, but I think I just have to come to terms with it. Yeah. Because this is just the beginning of me being much more forthcoming with the things that I make musically. Yeah. Some hard questions, man. I'm struggling over here. Struggling.
You said none of us are ever meant to be perfect. What do you hope that people glean from that? And what do you yourself need to glean from that?
Well, none of us were ever meant to be perfect. It's like, I mean, I think it's the truth of life, you know? Some of us have had childhoods or even adulthoods where, like, they've had to, like, negotiate what perfection means to them, you know? Whether that's at work or school or sports or whatever, you know what I mean? I hope that people can take the pressure off of themselves, and that, like, life can be much more enjoyable and fun and beautiful, and if the pressure of being perfect in any way is taken away, because we weren't meant to be that way, you know what I mean? And I had to, like, learn that the hard way, you know? Like, having this thing happen to me, like, have my health be poor, it's like, you know, I never thought that I'd have to deal with that. It's like, I've felt I was invincible for a long time. I've, like, lived through so many bad things, you know, that, that's like, I'm good to go, you know? I'm, like, different than other people. I don't have to, like, have those issues, you know what I mean? But now I'm sitting here, like, having to, like, worry about my health on every single day, you know what I mean? Which isn't fun, you know what I mean? This means I'm not perfect. I'm not able to hold on to that lie anymore. But it's freeing at that same time too, you know, that I don't have to worry about that. Does that make sense? I hope so, because I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
That is deflection.
So, is that the last question? Any more brain busters? You got any more brain busters? You got any more brain busters? Next time I do an interview, I'm gonna be walking. I think walking will be easier for me to think. What do you think?
Yeah.
We'll do a little walk. Maybe in Yosemite.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel good about it. I feel good because I don't want us to be overwhelmed with too much stuff, and I kind of have ideas of the sound bites that I think we should pull.
Okay,
So
well, Demos for a New Life, Volume 1 comes out April 20th, 2026. It's 16 songs, actually 15 songs, and then another song that's not really a song, but it shares like the journey that I've gone through. It's a little bit melancholy, but it's not all melancholy. If you like sad music, you're gonna like it. If you like happy music, maybe not so much. I'm not sure. But you should listen to it. Check it out. It's free. It'll be on YouTube and SoundCloud. And that's that. Jōviky.com. Jōviky.com.
Oh, I did want to ask you, what makes it a mixtape?
No more questions.
Can you tell me what makes this a mixtape?
No. Should I go into the history of mixtapes? I don't want to do that.
No, just...
What makes it, I guess, a mixtape and not just an EP or an album is that I've done remixes or interpolations of other songs and beats, you know? There's at least half of it is that. So I may take an instrumental that I really find beautiful and inspiring, and it helps me to open up my own emotions and my own writing to write a new song. And so there's those interpolations, and then the other songs maybe are not unfinished, but they're not me trying to make this dope song. It's just me actually trying to express myself. So sometimes mixtapes are considered not as serious as an album or an EP because the artist is working through things, I think, or trying new things, and I think those are the reasons why. Yeah.
Okay, how much do you love Lolly?
Who's Lolly? Who the hell's Lolly?